So this is my Bible, and as you can see, or not, it is
very used.
Yeah, it's the binding. But as I told Don, this is my sword. Okay, and a sword that's being used is going to have some nicks and dings, and the handle might be loose and whatever, but it's sharp. And it's sharp because we use it on a daily basis, multiple times in the day. There's times where I'll be cleaning or doing something, picking up, moving stuff around, and the Bible will be sitting there, and I'll reach for it like I'm going to just move it to clean or move it to put it somewhere. And God just speaks right to my heart and says, don't you ever just move that without opening up and letting me speak to you. So as you can tell, and we'll talk more about that with the journaling, but we utilize our tools. God speaking.
So Tony always talks about connecting the dots in our lives.
Connecting the dots.
Just how God speaks to us. Just the different signs, like we'll see something or witness something during the day and we don't really understand it, or we read the word and like, okay, that's nice, how
do I apply that?
What does that mean for me today, and stuff. So Tony's really good at bringing it full circle by the end of the day, that God spoke to me here, He spoke to me there, and didn't quite understand it, but by the end of the day, I was able to put it all together, and then we were ready for the next day, refreshed and new and stuff. It's kind of like it's almost like a mystery in a way, not that you're like always on, searching or anything like that, but He does reveal Himself in all different ways. And it's just been quite a journey with God, just knowing that He speaks to us that way.
Well, in both of us, I know that, if you're a couple watching this, or you're married, have a significant other, etc., that, you'll, just on sharing that you can recall where God has spoken to one of you something, and then you're not quite sure what it is, and then it'll be confirmed, through your spouse. And that's what we've experienced. And even if you're single, you don't have family and friends in your life that God can speak to, will speak through to confirm things that are in your heart. Obviously, most important is that He's going to confirm it in His Word. Okay, but that's what I get excited about, is that He'll speak through both of us to confirm things that He's given us in His Word, in our spirits. There'll be something that He'll speak to me, and then Don will say, "This came to me," and I'll be like, "Well, what came to you?" And then if you read "Loving Ugly Like Jesus: A Family's Testimony of Faith," it's available on Amazon.com. It's a book about our testimony, the first book of a 3-book series. We share a lot of that. How often, many, continuously, how God speaks through both of us in dreams and visions, and just confirms things that we'll be in two separate places. You'll get a word, I'll get a word, and it's amazing. And we have never. And we've counseled couples, we've worked with couples that have arguments over what the word they got means.
Like the interpretation.
Yeah, well, again, some people want to lead a scripture. We call it wrap a scripture around their own opinion of what they think is going on in their lives. So they'll grab a scripture and wrap it around. And we just call that leading a scripture. They want to lead a scripture rather than be led by a scripture. Let God just speak a scripture to you, and then He shows you how it applies. And again, we're not, we all Bible study. We and all that, but we're talking about those moments where he gives you a word. And then through both of us makes it very clear. And we have never, ever disagreed on the interpretation of what God has spoken to us through his word. Because we do it together, and he makes it so obvious. We used to talk about, wife goes to a women's retreat, and the husband goes to a men's retreat, and then they come back and they kind of try to share it. But because they both weren't there together, there's like a filter that interprets things.
There's a disagreement that occurs. It just doesn't. And it's frustrating and hard on the family.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And we've been blessed to communicate, for God to be able to communicate through us that way. And it surprises us that
Yeah, it's always confirmation for both of us. So it's never.
But I will tell you that when Dawn speaks, and if any of you are old enough to remember the E.F. Hutton commercials, a long time ago there were these E.F. Hutton, it was like a tax company or something. The commercials were when someone says E.F. Hutton and everyone in the room stops, and you could hear a pin drop, because whatever advice, I think it was financial advice, was going to come out from E.F. Hutton, that we're all going to listen. Well, it's like that in our family when Dawn says, something came to me today, and we're all like, okay, God's speaking through Mom. We all just like, because Dawn doesn't put a bunch of furls around. I'm a little more out there with what's going on in my mind and heart with God, and Dawn's very concentrated. So when it comes out of her, it's amazing. It's awesome. So yes.
It always comes full circle.
Yes. So, and we honor that in each other.